everyone. If I can have your attention for a couple quick moments. I'm Katie Twardak, and I'm one of the co-chairs for for this year's Best Friends Award Night. Thank you for being with us here tonight in this beautiful space. And thank you for those of us at home who are watching us virtually on YouTube. I'd like to give a special welcome to Representative Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky. Who is a longtime friend of KID and a powerful advocate for consumer safety. Thank you for joining me in welcoming her here this evening. Thank you, Congresswoman. And we are so pleased this year to honor PAT, which is Parents Against Tip-Overs. They have joined us from across the country, some flying in as far away as Seattle. So thank you for making the trek here to Chicago. And we're so happy to welcome all of your members who have flown in as well. Thank you for being here tonight.
Good evening. I'm David Zivin, another co-chair for tonight's event. I just want to do a couple of housekeeping items, reminders. There are many ways to support our efforts tonight. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, you can buy raffle tickets and bid on the great silent auction packages right there in the interface. Everyone, as you've probably gathered by now, can use your phone to give. You can bid on all the different prizes we have. You can bid on the Scotch tasting that I put together with my good friend, the Scotsman, Tony Scott Green. It's really fun. For those in the room, of course, there is a QR code on the table if you still haven't signed up. We were supposed to do this later, but I just want to say thank you to the folks from Effortless Events who arranged to get Windy City Linens to donate these table linens for us for nothing. I want to thank Atmosphere Events who did the flowers, which I think are just gorgeous. Cindy and Ann from Effortless Events, thank you so much. Can we give them a quick round of applause? Also, Harry Mura, he told me his name means storm cloud. On the guitar, thank you, Harry, for the nice music. Yeah, it's great. We'll hear more from him a little bit later, but in the meantime, thank you for joining us.
And I'm back. And again, I am Dawn Casterman. Thank you. We are here to honor Pat, but we're also here to remember Danny Kazar and other victims of unsafe children's products and their parents that are heroes and have fought for change in the most catastrophic moments of their lives. I don't know how they do it. I'm glad they do it. But change is hard. It's really, really hard. And to be honest with you, it's also really expensive. And without our sponsors, we could never do this work. Nancy is amazing. She does unbelievable work. But without our sponsors, we couldn't do any of this. So bear with me while I mention them. Our platinum sponsor is Feldman Shepherd Law. Our gold sponsors are, of course, Linda Ginzel and Boaz Kazar, the Toronto Bread Company, and the law firm of Tomasic Coat and Casterman. Our silver sponsors are Jeremy and Janet McGee in honor of their son Ted. And our bronze sponsors are GATX and Consumer Reports. We have many advocate sponsors. They're all written down. And we just really are so grateful, and thank you all so much.
Really fast, I promise we're almost done. Just one reminder before you leave, don't forget to grab a free drink ticket for our after party, which is taking place at Radio Room, just a couple blocks away at 400 North State Street. Thank you again for this evening, for joining us this evening, and don't forget to donate generously. Thank you.
There's one part of the world where we're very glad we don't have term limits, and that is on the board of Kids in Danger. Not when you're the president. It's my pleasure to introduce someone who really is best known as Dawn's husband, the president of the Kid Board, Sean Kasserman.
David, I could not be prouder to be Dawn Kasserman's husband. And thank you for that introduction. And thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. I brought some things I wanted to share with you, which is why I have a briefcase up here. The mission of Parents Against Tip-Overs is so close to the mission of Kids in Danger. And that's kind of sad. It grabs my heart when I think about that. And actually, at some point in time, I had one of my young lawyers put some remarks together, and he said, the mission of Parents Against Tip-Overs is unfortunately very close to the mission of Kids in Danger. And I had to scratch that out because I disagree. I think it's fantastic that our missions align. We can't ignore the tragedies that take place. And when you have parents that are willing to rise up from the greatest pain, show strength and courage to try to stop it from happening to somebody else, that's a beautiful thing. Parents Against Tip-Overs was founded by parents whose children, listen to me for a second, lost their lives. They lost their lives due to a defective piece of furniture. Can you imagine? My grandma gave me her shelves when she moved to a retirement home. And on her shelves, I keep important things. And this didn't occur to me until I was walking out today, but this is the first picture of my three children. Lucy, we call him Jack, his name is John Andrew, and Katie. Just picked it up right off my shelf. The second one I got, they're a little older. Katie might be in grade school. Jack, I call him Buzz, might have just gotten into grade school. And Lucy was hanging out with her mom back at the house. There was another one on Grandma's shelves. This is Katie, Jack, and Lucy going to a dance, a high school dance. What a blessing for us. I think, Dawn would know better than me, but I think this is my beautiful wife, Dawn, and my three children at Katie's graduation over at Lake Ellen. Our lives are so full. They're the way they were supposed to be. The last picture I picked up off my grandma's shelves are my three adult children, Catherine, Buzz, and Lucy, at a Kids in Danger event a year or two ago. Folks, this is how it's supposed to be, right? Too many families' pictures stop too soon. They are forever imperfect because somebody's not there that should be there. Where were you 11 days ago? Stop and think. Relax for a second. I'm sorry for all the intensity, but stop and think. Where was I 11 days ago? Dawn and I were in Michigan on a boat, staying 8 feet apart because she had COVID. And we were sad because we were supposed to be in some fancy place drinking wine, which we had to cancel. But think about where you were 11 days ago, because you know what? Every 11 days, a child dies. A child dies as a result of a piece of furniture or a television tipping over and killing them. Every 11 days. So, we're here tonight to honor the brave parents of Pat. And I've got to meet several of you tonight, and I could not be prouder. I could not be more proud. My grandma would be really disappointed and prouder. I could not be more proud. I could not be more proud to have you bring all you've done to this event tonight and join in Kids in Danger, because our missions are so aligned. And I am so in awe of your ability to get up and protect our children from the fate that your children met. We've got a short video, at least that my script tells me we're going to play. And afterwards, I'll step back up here, but as you think about why we're here, and there's great food, and this is a beautiful view, call your friends. Don't be afraid to make a difference. Because as you share this information and help us to raise money, we can make a difference. And by the way, Linda and Boaz and all of the Pat parents, you're making a difference. You know what a scorecard does? It keeps score. It doesn't work here because we don't keep track of the lives you've saved. But it's happening. It's happening. And thank you for your courage and your strength in all you do. So I'm going to step aside and let's play the Pat video so you learn a little bit more about what they've done and how they've done it.
The dresser that killed our son Ted 5 years ago had killed several other children before him, yet had never been recalled.
Madison was just 2 years old when a dresser fell over her and killed her during nap time.
Before my son Curran's accident, I had never heard of a furniture tip over.
The Sturdy Act is desperately needed, as 451 children have died from furniture or television tip-overs since the year 2000, including my son Camden. And 11,300 children, on average, visit the ER each year for furniture tip-over injuries.
The Sturdy Act would have prevented my son Charlie's death because it would require furniture manufacturers to test their dressers on carpeted surfaces.
If the Sturdy Act were in place, my son Shane would still be alive, as manufacturers would be required to make dressers for a child's normal interaction with their dresser.
The Sturdy Act is needed because the current and voluntary tip-over safety standard is insufficient and does not address the way that people use dressers in the real world. This insufficient standard caused the death of my daughter Megan.
The Sturdy Act would have saved my daughter Chance's life, as it would require the standard to address dynamic force.
If I could have everybody in the room except Linda and Boaz and the parents who have suffered a loss stand up and just for a moment look over and thank them with your looks. Let's take 5 minutes. All right, so I have a lot of great friends in the room, and I can tell you that one of them, who just took the attention away from me, is doing fine. And she's a great lady, and she's been with Kids in Danger maybe longer than I have been. She was there at the beginning, and she's the best. So the script tells me now that I have to introduce Linda and Boaz. The only thing worse could be introducing Jan Schakowsky. Linda and Boaz, they're not just my hero. They're not just your hero. They're everybody's hero. I was trying to think today, would Danny be 23? Jesus, excuse my language. So, Danny Kazar would be 26 years old, right? He died when a portable crib collapsed with him in it. He was at daycare. The portable crib had been recalled years before. The daycare had been inspected by the local inspector within a week or two. It never, ever, 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 ever should have happened. That's why we're here tonight. So, my introduction is simply this. Linda and Boaz, thank you.
I ask that the parents of Pat come and join us on the stage, please. I understand we have 8 parents who are coming up to join us here. Maybe come. I just have a few words that I'd like to say, but I wanted them to be with us together here on this stage. Thank you all for being here. This year, May 12th, was a beautiful spring day, just like it was on May 12th, 23 years ago, when our beautiful son died. Danny's death forever changed our family. His death impacted the lives of those who knew him, and through Kids in Danger, Danny's short life and long death continues to impact those who never knew him. Last week, we were at New York University, together with Taylor Swift at Yankee Stadium, celebrating the graduation of our center son, Tomer. Yay, Tomer! He was born after Danny died, and the senior thesis he submitted for graduation was a documentary film about the role Danny played in our life from the perspective of the brother he never knew. There's a haunting line from his film. It goes, "My parents never sat me down to tell me that I had a dead brother. I just knew. I knew because he was always around us, as he is tonight. Tonight, we are here to honor this group of parents whose families have suffered a similar fate. The Seaford family, the McGee family, the DeLong family, the Amato family, the Bowles family, Horn family, Ellis family, and the Funk family. We are so incredibly sorry that your families are forever changed in ways that only those of us with a dead child can really understand. I have said that Boaz and I are accidental advocates, like the character played by William Hurt in the movie The Accidental Tourist, advocating by chance, unexpectedly, unintentionally. These parents, these heroic parents, are also accidental advocates. But what led to the death of their children, their beautiful children, is not an accident. Their children died because of poor design, because of the gross negligence of corporations who didn't even do the bare minimum to ensure that nursery furniture is safe for children in nurseries. My husband has always referred to the dangerous children's products as ticking time bombs. And this is what killed the children of these families who stand here before you. In this great country that is the United States of America, their children died in Washington State in the Northeast, the Midwest in Missouri, Illinois, to Minnesota, to Massachusetts in the Northeast, Virginia, Arkansas, and Florida in the South. These are not isolated incidents. Tonight, we are here to honor these families for taking on the role of diffusing this time bomb. They have chosen, or perhaps, as our family did, they felt they had no choice but to become advocates, to work to help keep other families whole. We stand here in admiration, no, in awe of your courage, of your heartfelt work, of your determination to honor your children. It's my personal privilege, and I'm the designated family speaker tonight. I speak on behalf of Boaz as well. It is our honor to celebrate Pat's activism, your accomplishments. You are our best friends. Thank you. So these people deserve a medal, and they're going to get one. So Boaz is going to, we're going to have, each person has a medal. You can start. I don't think this will take that long, and I think it's worth it. Yeah. That's the Amato family. Here, you go ahead with Crystal. Oh, we got to put it on the right way. I don't think it matters too much. The DeLong family. The McGee family. This is Carrie Funk. This is Susan. So proud of you. What do we do now that they have their medals, Nancy? Pictures? Okay. Up here? Up here? Over here? What do you want us to do? But you're in my way, though. Don't block the beautiful dress. I like that dress. Good? We're happy? Now what do we do? Okay, Sean, you're up. Thank you so much. Someone's going to say something? You're gonna say something?
Thank you so much. On behalf of all of the PAT founding members, it is with tremendous appreciation and gratitude that Parents Against Tipovers accepts this Kids in Danger Best Friends Award. It's a tremendous honor to receive this award from Linda and Boaz, who are the model of effective consumer and parent advocacy, and such an inspiration to us with all you have accomplished in Danny's memory through Kids in Danger.
Before PAT was formed, we were all advocating locally, some for more than a decade, others just a few months. Essentially, we were all singing the same song, but struggling to be heard. We also shared the same frustrations over how challenging and painfully slow forward progress was towards our goal, which was quite simply to see an end to furniture tip-overs like the ones that killed our kids. In 2018, Nancy Coles brought us together. And with her guidance and assistance, we joined our voices, organized our efforts, and on a national level, and PAT was born. Later that same year, because we don't take our time with things, Pat's debut was Pat went to Washington. And we took the bull by the horns. We met with every single CPSC commissioner. We went to an ASTM meeting, and we were filmed for a Netflix documentary. It was a bit of a deep dive. We wanted to go straight to the people who had the power all along to see and realize our goal, to put an end to these deaths and injuries. And we wanted to make sure they understood we intended to hold them accountable to do so, and that we were going to be part of the solution. And now, 4 years later, we're on the verge of so much change, major impactful changes to the ASTM voluntary furniture safety standard. We're on the cusp of a mandatory furniture safety standard that would make dressers and other clothing storage furniture safe so it doesn't tip over on other children. It's amazing what teamwork and collaboration with all the stakeholders can accomplish. And that brings me to a really important part of our story. PAT would not exist, nor would we be nearly as successful as we have been without the mentorship, support, expertise, and patience of Nancy Coles and Kids in Danger. And our beloved, thank you. Yes, please. And our beloved Consumer Brain Trust, as we refer to them. In particular, Rachel from the Consumer Federation of America and the Consumer Reports team. And we want to give a shout out especially to Will Wallace and Gabe Knight from Consumer Reports. Gabe's been our right hand, and we couldn't have done it without you. Well, we don't have time to thank everyone by name. Might get played off like at the Academy Awards. We do want to take this opportunity to thank the commissioners of the CPSC, both in the past and present, who've made furniture tip over a priority of the agency, maybe just a little bit with our urging, and move forward with the NPR. In addition, we want to thank Rick Rosati and Molly Linak, I know they're here somewhere, for their facilitation of the forward progress and collaboration within the ASTM Furniture Safety Subcommittee, and especially acknowledge and thank Bill Perdue and the AHFA members for their recent engagement and collaboration with PAT, something we never thought would be possible just a few years ago, heck, just a year ago. And that's rapidly moving the needle forward. I don't know why I'm shaking. Moving the needle forward on a much stronger and much more effective voluntary furniture safety standard, and for the collaboration on the language of the Sturdy Act. And speaking of Sturdy, we want to express our gratitude to the IKEA team for their early partnership and collaboration with us on Sturdy, and especially thank Congresswoman Schakowsky for introducing the Sturdy Act and for being a champion. We also want to thank Senator Bob Casey, his amazing policy aide Maddie, Senators Cantwell, Klobuchar, Blumenthal, Blunt, and Wicker, and all of their staffers who have been constantly peppered with emails and phone calls from Pat for years now, well, mostly from Brett, and whose collaborative bipartisan spirit, together with all the stakeholders, have helped us to move the ball on Sturdy to the 1-yard line. We are counting on each and every one of you to help us get it into the end zone. Quickly. We also cannot do what we do without the love and support of our families. And I want to make sure that you all recognize how important and valuable you are to us. We may be the outspoken ones. We may be the ones out here who are advocating loudly, but your quiet and unwavering support is vital to us being able to do so. You listen to when we rant, you celebrate our little victories, and you hold us when we cry, which might happen when we get off this stage. We appreciate and love you with all that you are. Thank you so much for being our rocks. Finally, we want to thank our sweet angels who you've seen pictures of tonight. Maggie, Madison, Charlie, Shane, Chance, Camden, Ted, Harper, and Connor. They are our inspiration. They are our why. They are the heartbeat of Pat. It probably goes without saying that this award was never something we aspired to or expected to be the recipient of. Hell, we never wanted to advocate. Pat is, at our core, just a small group of bereaved parents who all lost a child to furniture tip over, and we channeled our grief into advocacy. We're driven by love, plain and simple. Love for the children we lost, love for the children and families we desperately hope will never have to know the pain that we do. That love brought us together. It enabled us to join our voices into a loud and effective chorus. Our passion, our stories, and our persistence are our superpowers. Friendship is defined as a state of enduring affection, mutual support, and trust. How fitting is it that we are all here tonight with Kid and their Best Friend Award, with so many of our friends who we never imagined we would have, but are so grateful that we do. Thank you.
Thank you for those beautiful words and for the courage to do all that all of you have done. Driven by love. Shouldn't we all be? Let's be driven by love. Let's follow the example that our heroes have set for us tonight. Our next speaker, here, come on up here, Congresswoman, please. I did that because I don't belong on the same stage as Congressman Jan Schakowsky, so I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity. This woman takes no prisoners. 1998, I think, is when you first went to Congress. That's right. I believe it was the same year that KID began. Congresswoman Schakowsky has been responsible for time and time again, legislation be pushed and pushed and pushed. And you know what? They push back. They push back, don't they? But there's one woman that's not going to quit, and she pushes and she pushes and she pushes. And because of this brave woman, smart woman, she's mean as hell when she wants to be, we have laws protecting our children. So please just take a minute and give her the deference and the due that she's deserved. Congressman Nancy Schakowsky. Wait. Congressman Jan Schakowsky.
Thank you, Sean. Well, this is a really incredibly moving and important night. I want to join in the amazing gratitude to Kids in Danger. Nancy and I go way back, even before Kids in Danger, but I have been a great supporter from the very, very start, and I appreciate her, and of course the parents that are here today that have really moved the needle to be able to win on so many fronts. I want to tell you a little bit about that, about winning, because that's what we're about tonight, how we're going to make the change that we need, how all of us can participate in making that happen, and we have seen it happen. When I met Linda and Boaz and learned about Danny, we went to work with Kids in Danger and said, we can fix this. We can prevent this tragedy from happening to other children, and passed Danny's Law, which then became part of the Consumer Protection Improvement Act, that said that all products, durable children's products, had to be pre-tested. We couldn't use our children as test dummies, and to set standards to make those products safe. We won that. Linda and Boaz and Danny and and Kids in Danger, and we won that fight. Even before that, some years ago, some moms and dads would come who backed over their children in driveways because you couldn't see behind them, and there was no camera that was required in cars so that you could prevent that from happening. And year after year, month after month, these parents would come with the pictures of their children, and we would work and work and work, and it took a while. And we got that law passed, and now every single new car has to have that rear view camera to protect the lives of children. My point is, we can win. So let's win. We can win. But we're going to win, and when we win, the heroes of this fight are going to be the moms and dads, the parents who actually wouldn't stop until we have victory. And so I'm just so impressed and moved and grateful to be the sponsor of the legislation of the Sturdy Act, and in the House of Representatives we have passed H.R. 1304, the Sturdy Act, and it passed on what we call suspension, which means it was an agreed upon bill, how Democrats and Republicans, and it was passed easily when it finally happened through the House of Representatives. And it's just a few weeks ago now that the Senate Commerce Committee, Bob Casey, as was mentioned, Senator Casey, but Republicans and Democrats reported that bill, voted that bill out of the Senate Commerce Committee. We are this close to winning. We are this close to winning. So advocacy, even when you don't look for it, you don't want it, is so incredibly important. And I do want to tell you just today, this very day, I chaired a meeting of the subcommittee that I chair, the Consumer Protection Subcommittee, which is right up my alley, and I'm so happy to have that role. And a mom named Trista Hamsmith came, and she talked about her daughter Reese, who at 18 months old died because she swallowed this tiny little battery that basically fired a hole through her child's body. And she died after a miserable struggle. And she came because she wanted to talk about Reese's Law that she wants to introduce, that we have to work on. It is these incredibly courageous parents who turn this tragedy ultimately into a kind of triumph. It's still always a tragedy in their hearts, but a triumph. And I am just so proud to be able to just work with them, be a vehicle to make life better for other parents and families. Thank you.
Hello. Come over here. We have one more thing we have to do. I think we're doing it. Let's do it. Yep. Okay, today is Congresswoman Schakowsky's birthday, and she chose
78.
And she chose to spend it with us. So David Zivin, where are you? You promised you would lead us in song.
Oh my God. Jan.
You box it up and take it home. But blow out the candles.
Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. Some of the parents in this room, I think you may know my wish tonight.
So happy birthday to Congresswoman Schakowsky. As she mentioned, I started working with Jan and her husband, Bob Creamer, who's here, both huge influences in my own life, when I was 21, just a couple years ago. So I am Nancy Coles, the Executive Director of Kids in Danger, and so thank you. I have, for 20 years of doing this event, avoided getting up here during it, but we have some exciting news this year, so I just felt that it was the time to tell you a little bit more about what is going on with KID. First, a special shout out to KID staff, Dave, Sahiti, all our volunteers, all these other people who've really just done such a tremendous job, both of this event tonight and all of our efforts. I'm going to give a very brief update on KID's work. Kim, you did such a great job of describing what's going on with Sturdy, but I cannot let it pass without asking Brett Horn to stand up. This man has pushed us all to do more and more and more to get this Sturdy Act through the Senate. It is not easy. You've seen what goes on in the Senate. He has made us all, on both sides of the aisle, come to what is important, and that's to give these parents what they want, which is a law that stops furniture tip-overs. And so, Brett, other people, I know some people at ASTM maybe see me in my mind when they're thinking about things. I see Brett, and I think, is this an important enough issue to raise at this point, or should we just keep pushing forward? So Brett, thank you so much for all you've done. In yet another legislative victories, and these are often few and far between, and we are hoping to have many this year, thanks to the leadership, again, of Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky and many others, including Consumer Reports, which is here. Thank you guys for coming. Kid goes to D.C. a lot, but it's not very often we get the D.C. folks to come here, so we're very happy to have you. And New York, yes. We have finally, and I mean finally, because it has been a long fight, banned padded crib bumpers for sale in the United States. Just like the Pat parents, I work with families like Laura and Kyle Maxwell, whose 8-month-old baby died on a crib bumper pad back in 2011. Tammy Vanderbilt, who bought the bumper for her grandson's crib that killed him. We have been pushing and pushing, and finally, in October, you will no longer be able to buy padded crib bumpers in the United States. And inclined sleep products like the Rock and Play that have led to, they have been on the market for a much shorter time, but have been just as deadly to children, and they will also be banned as of that date. We have more to do. Jan mentioned Reese's Law. We're working with Trista, another parent, who is really doing everything she can, not for her own child, because she has already died, but for our children and our grandchildren. We are also working to reduce infant deaths in other infant products. We see many products that are unsafe for the purposes for which they're being sold. Parents have no idea, as Linda and Boaz did, as the people who, you assume if something's for sale, it's safe, and that's still not completely true, so we're still working on those things. We continue to build our outreach program to parents and caregivers and healthcare professionals to keep children in their care safe. In November, we hired Sahati. Sahati, are you in the room? There she is over there. To lead those efforts. And just a few months ago, she and Madonna, one of our interns, created and started presenting a Spanish language outreach to parents and caregivers in the Chicago area about child safety. I'm very excited tonight to present, and we'll watch a very short video, I promise. But when I'm done, I want you to know that David Zivin is coming up here to urge you to support these efforts and then to get on with our live auction. But I'm excited about this next project. We're calling it the Kid Design Safety Toolkit. After 2 decades, KID is launching an innovative approach to safer children's products, providing design safety education to small companies, entrepreneurs, and others who want to make children's products but have little understanding of how to do it safely. This has been a labor of love for almost 3 years, led by Shanaz Safiyuddin, our board chair of this committee, other KID board members, an advisory committee of experts in design, safety, engineering, and child development, and marketing, and is an amazing production crew. You know, KID doesn't usually spend money on things, but thanks to generous donations from Amazon and other organizations such as Breathable Baby, we actually hired a production team, and we're very excited about the result that will be released this month. So if I just mentioned you as a board member who's worked on this, an advisory committee member, will you please just stand up for a minute for your work on this? There they are, some in the back there. Shanaz. Thank you for your dedication. I'm going to leave you now with this very short look at this new and innovative project of KID that we think is really going to make a difference in children's product safety. Thank you.
Each year, tens of thousands of kids are injured, and hundreds die in incidents associated with infant and children's products. And it doesn't have to be that way. Kids in Danger, or KID, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to protecting children by fighting for product safety for over 20 years. There are certain steps necessary to bring a safe product to consumers. That's what the Design Safety Toolkit is for. Not everyone realizes all the considerations that go into creating a safe children's product.
Real world use is often overlooked, and so a designer may have an idea of what they think their product will be used for, but really how consumers use it depend on their own behavior in the home and with their children, and might be different than what the designer is thinking of.
Consumers expect that if a product is available for sale, that it is safe. And generally they think age grading is based on what my child can and cannot do, not whether or not it's safe for them.
So when we look at it from like the injury perspective, we have all kinds of things to look for.
So we believe that this toolkit will be very useful to take those things into consideration. It's really meant as a jumping off point for the designer to get the tools they need and then apply them to their own product.
Warnings only go so far to address safety issues. It's so important to try to identify how a child might in fact use that toy.
You really want to catch any mistakes before that product launches.
The best advice I can give product designers is basically for them to embrace product safety.
In the long run, helping customers see, hear, and feel the safest way to use your product can help parents and caregivers understand the bigger picture and take extra caution.
The more we all work together to eliminate child product hazards, the safer this world will be for our children. Again, thanks to our funding for this project, it will be offered free to anyone who needs it. We're talking to Etsy, we're talking to other programs to make sure that anyone who's thinking, oh, I had a great idea in the middle of the night, knows what it takes to actually make a safe product and not something that will lead to more injuries. So, David, I'm going to turn it over to you. There you are.
Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. As everyone here in the room can imagine, I've been so looking forward to following Nancy Coles and Jan Schakowsky up on stage because, you know, here I am. No, that's really it. I'm done. There are so many fierce people here and none fiercer than Nancy. Can we do one more round of applause? And you thanked Dave and Sahidi, but I wanted to take a moment to say thank you to the staff of KID who have put this thing together. I am only willing to follow such excellent guests on the podium because you see the pictures of those kids and you hear their names called out and it's like, I've got to find some courage because the courage that our honorees tonight have shown is just beyond understanding. So I'm going to do something that you don't see a public speaker do very often from the podium, which is I'm asking you to take out your phones and hold them in your hand. I'll wait. You should have gotten like 20 texts by now with links. I want you to look at it, click it. This is the part of the night we call the live ask. You've already given generously just to be here. It's not a cheap ticket for a fun night. The Chardonnay is okay. That is, we have a recommendation for the rosé. It's so easy to push a button and support our efforts, to support our fight. I'm looking to start for someone who has $5,000 to help us tonight. $5,000 to support innovation, to help us with design education. I've seen some rough cuts of the toolkit. That was a terrific video, but the thing itself is quite amazing and will be quite practical in design programs around the country. Can someone give $5,000? If you give anything tonight at any time, just please raise your hand so we can say hi and thank you. If you need help, we've got interns who can go around and show you how to use it. We have other technology advancements coming down the line. We have a plug-in that will go on your browser. And if you're shopping on some place like Amazon and you click on a product category, it will come up and say, here's the down low on what these sleep products are. Here's the download on what these dressers are. It's amazing technology. It takes a lot of work. It takes money. Please help us out tonight. Donate right on your phone. I'm going to do it right now. Do we have the, oh, there's the thermometer. I want to move that thing. Let's move that needle. How about $1,000? How about $1,000? Anyone out there can give $1,000 tonight to send Nancy to Washington, D.C.? I've seen her room service bills. They're very, very modest. It's not nothing to get her to be in the room. It's very important. Buy her a plane ticket. $1,000, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. There's someone raising their hand back there. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We want to send Nancy to testify with the CPSC and keep exerting influence. Congresswoman, you talked about wins. It is, I think I actually made Nancy come up and talk about it. That's the one thing I actually achieved. I said, there's so much good news. I think it was me. I do. She told me it was her 21st event. I'm not going to go on much longer. We've got a really fun live auction, and then we're out of here to go to the after party. Look, Linda, stuff is happening with kids in danger. So does anyone have $500 tonight to help us out? The pandemic sent us home, but we still have an office rent to pay. We still put paper in the copy machine. We still have the internet. We still have phones. Help us out with $500. Anyone got it? Who can spare it? I can't see you anyway with the lights. It's fine. I see 500. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much, Tony Green. How about $100? Someone has to feed the interns. Buy the interns lunch. How about $100? Who's got it? 100. Thank you. Amy, thank you. Feed the interns. I'm going to feed the interns right now. Is it showing any names as they go by? Thank you, Katie, my fellow co-chair. I'm confirming my donation right in front of everybody. Thank you. That's the great thing is that you don't know, but it was a lot. It was $1,000. Anyone else want to raise their hand real quick and support a donation tonight? Thank you. $500. Thank you so much. It helps. It really helps us a lot. There, I said I would do the live ask, and I have done it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now I have an actual fun job, which is introducing a fun person who has taken a brief pause from her rock and roll life. We're so grateful for the longtime friendship and help of our auctioneer for tonight. Please welcome to the podium the unstoppable Amy Kelly. Amy Kelly. Amy Kelly. Thank you, everyone.
I'm not Amy Kelly. I'll never be as cool as Amy Kelly. But I am here to tell you that the silent auction is about to end. So if you want something and you're worried you're about to get outbid, this is your time to check. And I do need Amy Kelly. She's busy trying to deal with technology to donate money. She's old, so technology is not her friend. But we're gonna do the live auction. We have 3 really great prizes. So if you could just give us about 5 minutes, we're gonna get through these, and then we're gonna go off to the after party. Wait, Nancy wanted me to say something.
How you guys doing? Everybody doing all right? You hanging in there? Thank you for your donations so far. Thank you to the speakers. Thank you to the families that are here that have lost their children. That's something that no one should ever have to go through. So I applaud you for being here and your courage to do this. I'm not going to be nice up here because we are trying to raise money. Is this thing on? I am the 7th out of 8, and I've been a screamer my whole life. So you're gonna hear me in the back room, and they might even hear me in Michigan. I don't know. But we've got some great live auction items here. We have 3 to bid on. And I don't know if you've taken time to look at any of the materials, but are you gonna describe these or am I? All right. Do you like country music? Oh no, do you like country music? I mean, Dolly Parton, Miranda Lambert, Jason Aldean, I mean Nashville, I'm talking Nashville, folks. Music City, the Grand Ole Opry, come on now. Stumbled out of bed and poured into the kitchen. All right, we're not going anywhere. So we've got a package here for Nashville. It is a priceless package, which means that you are going to have a night out. I don't know, Nashville is the it city these days. Apparently the lines are crazy. You have to wait to get in line in bars. You have to, know someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone else to get in. And so this, you don't have to know anyone because this package includes front of the line, top of the line service. This is a night out on Nashville. It's you and 8 friends will not only skip the line, you'll have a private partitioned area complete with food and drinks at Jason Aldean's rooftop bar. Included is a $650 Airbnb gift card, so you get a place to stay, to secure a place to crawl home to, and a $400 bourbon basket. Bourbon is made in Tennessee, I hear, and Kentucky. But you're going to Tennessee, so don't get them confused. So we've got a bourbon basket, a $650 Airbnb. It looks like you got to get in your vehicle and drive down there or jump on Southwest. I mean, they go down there. You can get some real crazy stories, and maybe you can even go to Dollywood. It's not that far, right? I mean, right? So this is a priceless package, so we don't even know how much the value is because it's like insane, right? But we're going to start the bidding at $1,000. $1,000 over there. Can I get $1,200? Am I going $1,200? $1,200 right there. Can I get? I got $2,000. Who was that? $2,000 in the back over there. Can I get $2,500? I'm going up $2,500. Anyone? $2,500? $2,500. Can I get $3,000? We're done?
So just so you guys know, my family and I did this because our brother-in-law is, let's just call him a bigwig, and you literally do skip the line. You will not wait in line. These lines are crazy, and this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do this. So if you want to go to this, this is your time. I think we left off at 3,000. Amy, you're back.
We're at 2. We're at 2, huh? We're at 20. 3? Who's at 3? All right, we're at $2,500. I want $3,000. $3,000. Anybody over there talking in the back room? $3,000. Nashville trip, Airbnb, front of the line at Jason Aldean's bar. Come on, you guys. $400 bourbon basket. She can barely hold it. Look at all that. I mean, that's a lot of bourbon. And you don't have to drink it all in one night. I mean, I'm Irish. Sometimes, you never know. Can I get $3,000? Are we sticking with the $2,500? That's a lot of bourbon. We're going $2,500, going once, going twice. Sold to the person who bid on the $2,500. All right. Well, the second prize here is a little scotch tasting. And I don't know if you guys know anything about scotch, but David does. Hey!
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt a moment. The silent auction is literally just about to close. They had a little technical difficulty. If you're interested, there's great stuff there. You might need to refresh your browser real quick, but we've got like 2 or 3 minutes before it closes, so jump in. Sorry.
No. 2 or 3 minutes before the silent auction closes. But this is not a silent auction. This is going to be a Scotch tasting for 8 of your friends. 8 of your friends, and six. 6 of your friends. I was never good with math. I went to Catholic school. Again, right? So a Scotch tasting for 6 of your friends. The event will be 3. They envision 3 couples, but I don't know if I'm going to read all that, right? We got a Scotch tasting for 6 people. You got the Highlands, you got the Lowlands, you get the Islas. Does anyone even know what that means? The Islas is where you make where the Scots make smoky, peaty, single malt Scotch. In the Highlands, it's a little more mountainous. And in the Lowlands, it's a little sweeter. So, no one's listening to me. I'm going to start the bid at I'm going to start the bid at $200. Can I get $200 for a Scotch tasting for 6 of your friends? Come on now, $200, $200. All right, can I get $250? Can I get $250? $250. Anyone out there? $250. $250 for a Scotch tasting for you and 6 of your friends. $250, $250. Can I get $300? Can I get $300 for a Scotch tasting? 6 people. Nope. $300. Come on now. $300. $300. Come on. Can I get a $300 right there? Can I get $350? $350. Little Scotch. $350. All right. $350. I want to go $400. $400. Little Scotch tasting. 6 of your friends. $400. Anyone? $400. $400. Are we sticking at $350? $350. We're sticking at $350. I don't got a $400. You're going $400. All right. Can we get a $450? $450. Can we get a $500? $500. Anybody back there like Scotch? Yeah, I'll go in the morning and you'll go before me, and we'll be in Scotland before you. Come on now. Can I get a $500? Come on now. You take the high road and I'll take the low road and we'll meet in Scotland. Let's go. Can somebody pony up $500 for a couple of Scotch tastings? What are we at? 450? We're at 450. I want 500. 500. Anyone? 500. Anyone? Sold at 450. Who says 500? Well, you're out of luck. Sorry, Linda. Listen, Linda. Well. This next one is right here in Chicago. Right here in Chicago, the Windy City. And it is the Windy City Smokeout, who a friend of ours, Ed Warm, has put together. And he just won an award from the Academy Country Music Festival of the Year for Promoter of the Year for this festival, right? Yes. So these are VIP passes to see Miranda Lambert. She got her name changed back. You know, she went through a divorce with Blake Shelton, then she got her name changed back. She's got the band called the Pistol Annies. Anybody with me? This is 4 VIP. 4. Is it 4? VIP passes to see Miranda Lambert at the ACM Festival of the Year, the Windy City Smokeout. A great festival with amazing entertainment, and is the best barbecue pit masters in Chicago from all over the world. They're battling it out. The judges will determine that. The starting bid is going to start. We're starting the bid at 400. Can I get 400? Do I see 400? 400 for a Windy City Smokeout right here in Chicago. 400 over there. Can I get 450? 450? 450 over there. I want 500. 500? Anyone? 500. 500 over here. I want 600. I'm going up $100. Let's go. 600. Anyone? 600. VIP passes. Windy City Smokeout. Anyone? We got 600. 600. 600. We're sticking at 5. Whoa. 600. Anyone? 600. 600. 600. Anyone? We're going once. We're going twice. We're selling it $500 to the gentleman at the table in the back, and you might get your name changed back.
Is that it? That's it. That's all you got. I have something to say, but I don't remember what it is. No, it wasn't. It was great. We can always do better. Thank you so much, Amy. Thanks again. And I think we're about ready to wrap it up, unless somebody else wants to say anything, but I just want to thank everybody. Oh, the wine toss. Yeah, if you guys haven't done the wine toss, you have to do the wine toss. But thank you all for coming tonight. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to pick up your passes to go to the after party. And I think David has a little bit more to say. You're not quite done yet.
we've certainly said plenty. Do we have winners of the silent auction yet? Yes, we have. You always win something. I know that we're having fun and it's time to have more fun. I want to quickly thank our sponsors one more time. Our platinum sponsor, Feldman Shepherd Law Firm, Linda and Boaz, the Toronto Bread Company, and Tomasa Coton Casserman Law Firm, our gold sponsors. Jeremy McGee and Janet McGee in memory of Ted McGee, our silver sponsor. Consumer Reports, thank you so much. And GATX, also bronze sponsors. And thank you to all your advocates. Raffle tickets till midnight tonight. Winners will be announced by email tomorrow. Do we have the silence yet? We're getting them. Something's happening. Just in case anyone wants to know, Chicago Blackhawks tickets and the stick, Linda Ginzel. The Shed Aquarium and Brookfield Zoo VIP, Marcy Twardak. Thank you, Marcy. Yo, mama. No, she's gone. The Chris Stapleton concert, Lisa Cipher, where are you? Hey, congratulations, Chris Stapleton. The Chicago White Sox ticket, Charlene Bryans. The Joffrey Ballet Nutcracker, Lisa Torres. Carol's Pub Party, that's a great one, Andrew Stimpson. Spanish course at the Cervantes Institute, Ellie Jester.